ever had any disappointments in life?
Yes.
Oh, you?
Yes.
How did you deal with it?
A lady I loved wanted to marry.
Left
Me because a guy she knew is coming from UK. I said, oh God have mercy.
And that's how
the day I was leaving the gate of that woman, I said something to myself. It has happened. Your life is important. You couldn't get it, and so what? Must you die? Well, the pain, the time, the effort that you have actually invested in that is what you'll be probably looking at. So you'll be, as it were, tied to your chest. Why me? You keep asking questions. Why me? What did I do wrong? Where was the question marks? But you see, you are doing that in your own small world, small thinking. But you have to step outside. What if it does not happen that way? What if? Would you have seen what would have happened?
If you made me marry that person.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, anything that happens in your life, Amma, there's a reason. There's a reason. It happened for you to open a new page. It happened for you to take a new turn. If that thing hadn't happened, you wouldn't become who you are now. So when it happens, in the immediacy, pain, you are soaked. You tend to question yourself. But if you're able to be bold enough to ask yourself questions, why? Most importantly, you have your life.
Okay.
If you pinch yourself, do you still feel the pain? Yes. It means you are still Amma, you are still Kweku, you can still do it.
Okay.
If you read the scriptures, 1 Peter chapter 2 to 9, who are you? A chosen generation. Who are you? An holy nation, a peculiar person. So you've been taken out of that darkness into his marvelous light. What does that mean?
Okay.
If that darkness do not come, you wouldn't see the light. So being jilted means that there was a dark.
So it had to
Move
carry
out
on
from that and go.
All right, but okay, cool. Looking at situations like that, I know most people. You said it in that moment.
Yes.
They don't see no light.
Yes.
They see that especially maybe there's sometimes it's quite embarrassing.
Yes.
Imagine a man has promised to marry you, a woman has promised to marry you. People know, and
yes,
you just don't. You're not just dealing with your own emotions.
That's
or
right.
maybe heartbreak. You probably have to deal with family members or being a laughing stock. How does one even process that? Oh, they're all talking about me.
First of all, you must come to terms of yourself. Who you are. What is it that you want? What are your focus like? Then you now get answers from God. Amma, if you take off God from this situation, you might go crazy. You might do the undoing. You might more or less mess up, destroy things, just like the case you gave. Why would you go? It wasn't your turn. It wasn't meant for you.
Hey, but
I'm coming.
No.
I'm
In that
coming.
case, in
I'm
that
coming.
lady's case, you see, she felt justified.
I really understand the situation. It hurts. You deceived me, or you betrayed me. Why not me? So you are fighting. If you fight, what would you get? You see, this is just the immediacy. But what if you had paused a second and ask yourself, all right, God knows why. I know what I want. Where am I moving on? If you start asking yourself questions and then you are able to home into yourself, you can make a good giant decision of yourself and move on.
Okay. Before that, I mean, that case is just one particular
Yes.
case. I know a lot of men or women get jilted. Most of them, you're right, have different ways of dealing with it. This particular case, it made newspapers. It was actually even on some papers, it was frontline news, headline news.
Yes.
Looking at it, just to kind of go to that, do you think she did the right thing by going to disrupt the wedding because she felt wronged?
Right. Two ways. She acted impulse.
She went with a lawyer. Do you think that was important? At least a lawyer to me. She went with somebody else.
Well, emotions were higher than the reasoning part.
Okay.
The woman was actually looking at, you've hurt me, you've betrayed me. So emotion-wise, it's carrying the lady to do what she did. Okay, you've gone there. You've messed up the whole situation. What next? But this one, you need to have a detailed thought, a strong mind, a tough mind to be able to say, it's okay.
Let it go.
Let it go. And let God. So if you're not strong mentally, you're not strong psychic, you will not be able to stand and stay and listen and hear what is going on. So that action was, I want to fight my emotions. That action was, I will pay him back. That action, it need not be me. People must see who this man is. Okay. That action, that woman coming in is not your right place. It's mine. That action, I'm telling the whole world that I have not just stepped low. I'm fighting for. But what did you get? What would you get? At the end of the day, your life is important. You were one time Amma, and this happened. You are no more Amma of then. You must be Amma of now. Redefine yourself. Redirect yourself. If all these things do not happen, where would you be? All of us had those negative clauses in our lives, but it is as a result of that had gotten to us where we are.
Okay.
If you read Jeremiah, before you were formed, God knows you. And then when you were even in the womb of your mother, I sanctified you and I ordained you. So you are so powerful. Don't let this jilting thing close you up for what you have been destined, ordained to be. I always say that you have to be strong, psychic. Your mental must be awake. And leave the society to talk about what they will say. At the end of the day, they say it and they leave. You are the one being there. Alright? When these things happen, what you have to do is that close your ears.
But it's easier said than done.
No, I'm going to show you how you do it. When you close your ears, it means that you are not going to allow any negativity. You are trying to look for, you're actually going to look for things that will lift your soul. Read about people. Remember, you're not the only one who had gone through this. Okay, so I will read about somebody who had a similar occurrences as mine, and then what happened next. Go read, it's there. You're not the only one. You won't die. They lived. So, what would I do? I will also leave. But you see, most importantly, what you have to put in your mind that I will prove people wrong. So your prayer should be, Father, strengthen me. Give me the grace. Let your mercies be upon me. And let me prove that you are with me. It's not in competition that because they come to me, I'm going to prove to you that. No, you are fighting inside. Let go. Let go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Also, moving on from being in a jilted situation, I'm sure a lot of people, the easiest thing is, well, this person has hurt me, or maybe you've been jilted more than once. So right now, I don't trust all men, or I don't trust all women. A lot of people usually clam up.
Yes.
So maybe by ignoring the fact, okay, fine, I'm going to let it go, they also do themselves a disservice by saying, oh, please, I've given up on men, or I've given up on women, I don't want to know.
It's dangerous.
How do you stop yourself from falling into those? Is the easiest thing to say in those moments, like, oh, I don't want any guy around me anymore.
No.
How do you overcome that?
Well, first of all, whose are you? If God hadn't given up on you, why would you give up on people? The fact that Kwame did to me doesn't mean Kweku will do the same thing. You blind yourself, you didn't see anything good coming. Your reasoning will just be blurred. So what you have to do is that this is just a situation. There are a series of situations about to happen. Let me ease myself. Free yourself. Don't, as it were, prejudice your mind, prejudge people. Just be leveraged on what you are thinking of. See people's mind, what they have for you. Don't always jump into your own conclusion. Listen to what they will say. Ask questions. Try to see, wouldn't you be like Asimesi? Or you are different. What makes you different? It makes you more intellectual. Because this time around, you are reading and you've actually understood people's situation of that nature. And so when people are talking to you, listen more. That's the best thing you should do. You listen more. And you ought to be with people who speaks positive. Not people in the same situation. Because when you stay with people with the same situation, what will happen is that they will tell you the agony they've gone through, the plans they want to do, the skirmishes they want to put across. So your mindset changes towards more of evil. But then when you move and away from them and you listen to positive and you tend to become yourself, listen to people more, making reasoning out of what they are telling you, it will help you to stay aloof and be who you are and pursue your life.
Okay.
It hurts that all these while I've been with you, all these while I've invested to the extent of I even risked my life for you, and now we are here and you say it's not me. It hurts, it kills, it damages. But what I want to say is that save your life.
Save your life.
Save your life. You are the one who must say to yourself, I am still alive and I will make it. You got to be strong.
Okay, let me kind of throw a spanner in. I actually know I know a particular lady. She's been jilted 3 times.
Yes.
Funny enough, is she does it. She actually has quite a good, she doesn't wallow in self-pity. She's pretty, she's a career woman, and she's like, okay, these things happen. It hurts. I got over it. However, I want to know, is there something about maybe sometimes ourselves that maybe make people jilters? Like, I think if you're somebody, maybe you've been jilted not once, not twice, not 3 times. Is it then about you, the individual?
Yeah.
And not about them. So maybe is it that you should work on yourself to see what is it about me, or maybe it's the demons in my
no demons in no demons in your
everything is demons. You know what I mean? The witches in your family. But what should you if you've been in that situation more than once? Yes, prayer is good, but is it something it may be flawed within your own character that is attracting men or women who are going to leave you?
Perfect. You need to do that introspection of yourself. You're the one who knows yourself. I don't know you. I will only know you per your exhibits, per your gestures, per what you say. But you know yourself. So when it happens first time, re-examine yourself. Where did I go wrong? What was the pivot? How would I be able to rearrange myself? Ask yourself questions. Don't say it's your fault. Don't blame people. Anytime something happened, blame yourself. Take the blame. Sit down, realign yourself, put words together and see, in case it happens again, what next? So when it happens the second time, it means you didn't do your homework well. By re-examining yourself, you leave the other party on the other side, because it is your doing that makes the person do what he's also doing. So if you're able to understand that person from afar, you then be able to toe the line off. I always say that you can only change me when you believe in my beliefs. All right? So if I'm doing something and you don't like, but what I'm doing, I like it, then believe in what I'm doing that I like, so that you help me change from that. But where we all stay apart and then you leave me to be who I am, then it means that you're not helping me. And so when I act and it's not in your line, you jilt me. Is that it? No. It means you're not helping me. You see, being in a relationship means that we are supposed to work together for a cause. That one day we will marry. One day we'll spend the rest of our lives together. All right? So why must it always be me alone? And then when you start by saying that you are the problem, then ask yourself, what about you? You could also become a problem. And we are all problems because we are human beings.
Okay, let me ask. I mean, there's a saying I've heard numerous times that, go to most mental institutions in Ghana and you find most of the women are there due to being jilted. A man sent them there. Looking at it, do you think that when it comes to being jilted, women or is it men who handle it in the worst way? Because I've also heard that some men, if women, they're fine, they get broken heart, they get over it. But if a man gets broken heart, that's it. It's the end of the world. Is there one particular gender who tends to suffer in a worse way?
It's the same, but men, for us, you don't see it openly. We tend to close ourselves. We cry inside ourselves. If we are not careful, we become rebellious. Okay? If you're not careful, we condemn everything that is in that line, and that will hurt you. But for women, because your psychicking is a bit of emotional basis, I want to do it right, but why me? So you think about it, and then you derail. So if you look at it, we see more women in that domain than men. But men, are more dangerous and serious. When a man's heart is broken, it's devastating.
Okay.
It takes a longer time, long time for that to be repaired. Seriously.
Is it because women are just considered to be more emotional beings, and so
the heart of a woman is welcoming? The heart of every woman welcomes. If I air you right now, Amma, you saw me in the act, and I come back to you and I say, baby, forgive me. It's so stupid on my part. You have the tendency to forgive me.
More so.
Exactly. If it's about me, I'll start asking questions. Why did you do that? And I can't get it. And so it takes a longer time, because for us, we reason as men. For women, well, I will take it and I'll make it well. That mother thing is still with you.
With most women.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a bit about depression. Like, yes. I know, one of the main things that anyone can go through is, whether mild to severe depression after being jilted by a loved one, somebody they thought I'm going to be spending the rest of my life with, especially if the person has just upped and left them, maybe gone off with somebody else. How do you get to a point when you think, I probably need help, because maybe it's been a month, I'm not over it, maybe it's been 2-3 years, and I'm still depressed about this, I'm still not dealing with this well. How do you know when is the right time to maybe seek some kind of professional help?
Well, if you do this therapy, first of all, a mirror therapy I call.
Mirror therapy?
Yes, you look straight into the mirror, get closer to the mirror, look straight into your eyes and ask yourself, Amma, are you alright? Whatever response you get will tell you whether you are right or not. So if you realize that you are actually going off track, then who is it that you can confide to? Go to that person. I say who you can confide to, who can really understand you, who will not judge you, who will not draw conclusions of what you're saying, because they've actually judged you and there's nothing you can do, and that even intensifies the depression. So who will welcome the situation you find yourself? Just let go, and then we start from there. So such a person must show love. If you are jilted and you are moving towards depression and love is not shown, you derail. So people around, even the one who jilted you, somehow can get close. But it's a bit dangerous, because you try to let me remember the agony and the pain I've gone through. So the immediate family should show the love. I'm talking about love, not trying to castigate, not trying to ward such a person off, that it's usupine, it is your own character, it is your own doing, and so we had no. Show the love.
Okay.
It's a bit difficult, because if you're not careful, we will lose that soul.
Okay, one last question on this. For not the jiltees, the jilters, the ones, if you're currently right now in a position, maybe you want to leave the relationship you're in, maybe you're supposed to marry somebody, you don't want to go through with it. Is there a way to do it without causing too much damage? And what advice? Because sometimes somebody says, I'm done, no matter what, I'm not going to marry the person. How do you let the person down gently? Is there a way to do it? I think, talk to those who are considering right now.
There's a way.
Jilting.
There's a way. You see, you've heightened some expectations. You've built my soul happy towards something. Now, you started by communicating, and it was a frequency of words that had gotten to that level. So if at this stage you think that it's a wrong choice, I've made a wrong move, then what do? Sit the person down. Just talk.
Don't just run off.
Don't just run off. Because when you do that, you have become irresponsible. Why? Because you couldn't manage that person's soul, that person's totality. All right? You were thinking yourself. You become selfish. So let's talk. It's a bit difficult though, but the truth hurts. So let's say it as it is. If it is that, fine. If it is not, immediately there will be some kind of skirmishes of pain, of annoyance, of a disclosure in terms of, don't come to me again, I hate you, and that's something it will come. But keep doing it. Give a reason that is tangible, not a reason of substitute. All right? That, because I've seen another woman and I'm going to go. No. Give a reason that will meet the future aspect of you and that of the woman. Give that reason.
Or the man.
Exactly. Or the man. Okay. So if that is well bought, then we settle the case. But where you try to, many a times what actually happens is that the reasons are a substitute reason.
Because I've seen something.
I've seen something. I want to. I know your parents have money. I don't have. No. That one, it's a bit of odd. But where we are now, your education is important, your life is important. Mine is a bit real. I want to put some few things together. I might not be able to meet your expectation and all that. You know it. What can we do? So you can even throw the question to the person.
What if the person says, I'm willing to stay and fight and be with
Fine.
you when you really want to go? Remember, maybe
Then
you want to go.
Then it means that you are not being sincere. Yes, it means that you're not being sincere. But whatever it is, the truth must be told.
Okay.
The truth must be told. It's a bit difficult. You won't get one answer for this.
We might have to do another segment on this maybe next time.
Yes,
I want to say a big thank you to our guest counselor, Kweku Dumata.